but I do feel that it might just not be able to. If they're not able to close up the game quickly, I think they're going to get out carried hard by Arme.
My thanks.
Thank you very much. Very excited to see this match though play out. EG versus PSG LGD, and some kind of different heroes coming out, especially towards the end. Nothing to say, bringing in the mid laner, something that we don't get to see
I wish there was something else. You know, maybe a possibly, because like Lina, I've seen this hero fail so many times. Recently, I've seen a better performance, you know, from Lina in general, but I can understand why, you know. Done?
Coming in already with the stuns onto Ice-Ice. They're going to turn. They're going to actually the one fight first, but they'll turn over as well towards Y. They'll take down as Ice-Ice actually able to get out of there. And PSG, they try and look for action. They've got a lot of stuns, but it wasn't enough. EG able to just hold their ground and get 2 kills for themselves.
We see that all the time. Someone tries to, you know, contest against the cast. The damage coming up from the tag team, the more numbers you bring, the stronger the hero is.
And as we see being pointed out there, 860 damage being done by that nether toxin that Ice-Ice were just able to turn, lay down. And they were just standing in for the full duration, pretty much.
So Ice got the first blood, has 200 extra gold, 250, will TP back to the lane. He's probably going to go for Earn, Circlet, Sage Mask, more overtime damage. This is something that they've done before, also like having a aggressive tri-lanes, and they've also like to get a first blood and TP position 5 in the bottom lane. So why? He needs to be careful. Like anyone who's melee in this, like even Ame, like there's so much kill potential, a lot of slows.
Seems to have a win out. Tri-lane versus tri-lane toppers. Both teams, EG and PSG, have come out with some fantastic lanes in the game. We've seen for the ball so far. Why? The game going on here, but Ame able to keep him covered with the boundless strike. Only just though, in fact, the nether toxin wide, he might still tick down Purify, just enough to keep him alive. Already seeing the hard-hitting potential of EG's tri-lane.
So it seems like they want to keep it. They put Arteezy on the bottom. Arteezy wants to rush for the boots of speed. Like in 1 versus 1, if you have a long lane, a Razor is pretty much always going to have a good time.
Always going to find some sort of opportunity to losing on Faith Bian and start running it down. Jin coming in with a rotation. Arteezy's prepared to deal with this. Trees and you don't want to hunt any deeper, and the static links are available. Arteezy could have always looked at the turnaround, and Shin-Q will respect that.
It's one of those moves where you just rotate your position 4, forcing the rotation of their position 5, and now you have 2-1-2 lanes. Level 2, once Viper hits level 2, he is already level 2, they can start playing aggressive. They're playing Viper into 2 melees, Tusk already has a boost of speed plus attack team, just saving a skill point to see whether he needs a snowball or he needs an ice shard to block them off. Same build pretty much always on crit Tusk. He's going for that drops. 8 charges. Pretty much no one else is doing it. Everyone else is prioritizing either Falcon Blade or Corrosion.
It's an incredibly hard game. PSG LGD is aggressive. The EG up top. Very surprised to be able to see getting taken down once there's just the 2 members of PSG LGD here. Looking over in the mid lane at the moment, 12 for 3, 12 for 3. Complete even trade and farm between.
Both of them bringing the bottle at the exact same moment, pretty much. Buck will have it a bit earlier, so he can start to play a bit more aggressive. Lina still has that Fairy Fire, but no mana for Dragon Slip.
Ahmed. Right over to the orb there. Both keeping another on their toes. Match up. In the mid. Well, like definitely the lane where we're seeing EG win out the getting the free farm. We're seeing Death Profit starting to feel a little behind him. Maybe definitely having a tougher time in these dual lane setups.
He's level 3, still saving a skill point. Whether he needs a spirit assignment or to put another point in crit more.
Top lane crit. Already going on to Arme, they close the gap with the snowball, and even with the verify, it's not enough to keep him alive. With this top lane, incredibly strong. As you it's not possible to play into for these two melee heroes. You get close to these two,
It's so hard.
One turn and kill you every time.
You need a bit more mana region on Viper, so he decides to get an Urn of Shadows. Was thinking about the rushing a Necro Boat. Okay, I don't think I've seen this before, like ever. I've seen some offlaners like a Tusk where there's like big synergy from the tag team, so might be reason why he's also going for it.
And down the line, it will give around 4-minute runes. Yeah, Rick coming in, nothing just sail. Down the light strike array. He's got a run and run. And Ahmed will turn a crit over towards Jinku instead.
Another orb.
Ahmed, nicely done. Coming in under the tower, he's able to nuke down.
Oh,
Jinku.
region rune. Why? We'll pick it up. So that's a big deal, just denying that rune from Fuck. Fuck is still level 5. Like, they might be able to get this kill. Yeah, that looks pretty dead.
Hey, man, got the rune, and he's going to pay with his life. 2 kills for Ahmed. Some beautiful moves from Crit, coming around the mid lane and allowing Ahmed to turn. Like, so much action already. 4 minutes and a half in. Ahmed's already 3-0 1.
They need 1 point on the board. Like, they need, because you're at the 0, you just want to have something. Because it affects you, you look at the scoreboard. These are pretty big numbers, right? On the screen.
See Ahmed up to the 5-minute rune. There's a lot of members of PSG to be down as Jinku position. We're seeing already that top lane starting to fall apart for PSG. Only Arme up here at the moment, and he's probably going to have to just turn towards the jungle. Laning against Ice is just not an option, right?
This is one of the reasons why EG just decided to go for this like heavy lane pressure. They knew that Razor's gonna have a good time. He is the lane dominator. Same goes for Viper. Mid lane doing really good. Like Luna, has more CS, but they managed to kill 2 supports. Level 6. There's a rotation.
Around nothing to say. Drop the Laguna onto the stun as well to finish up the kill. Ahmed will still get the clean up on nothing to say. At the end of it all, Ahmed's probably going to be happy. Fly going down first, it means that Ahmed continues to just pick up the solo XP for these kills.
He's pretty happy that his support died.
He's like, thank you, Fly. And, not only giving him solo XP, but also, of course, eliminating the warrior on the Laguna Blade coming out anytime soon with it being on cooldown. So Fly tanking a whole lot and doing the real support moves there to keep Ahmed's game good.
Ahmed's bottle will get refilled on a mid lane. They're not baiting with the bottle. They're not gonna leave the bottle with the poison on. Like Team Secret, went for it. Kind of backfired. Fuck level 7, 4 points in orb, picks up another bottle rune. Another fire rune, what? Bounty rune. So yeah, Exorcism still not online on the bottom lane. That Prophet level 5 has a Falcon Blade.
Top tower. It seems like the PSG can do about it. They have smoked up. Nothing to say in Jinku. Maybe going to see if they can get the wrap round on EG after he can stick around to finish the tower off. Why? Try and set something up. Sleep catches Ice, won't catch on to Crit. Jinku continuing to close the gap, but Ahmed is here. Does have Dream Coil at the red. Jinku opens nothing to say, has the ball. Crit could be at the right time for Ahmed to jump out the side. Ahmed will escape. Going to onto Ice will fall, but he brings down wide with it.
Lena, can she land another stun? Tusk seems to be a bit too speedy with the wind blaze and boots. That was such a clutch save. Ahmed gets out. He scouts if there are any stacks being made. They also don't so much like this stuff that was actually deniable. EG does not have that much of a tower damage, but they need to play with the catapults. Lena's bottle will be refilled on a mid lane.
Dive's top tower denied.
Those moves continue to go unharmed this game. 4-0-1. Refill mid. You see the quick go here. Ahmed's got the Dream Coil. Set things up straight away. They're moving up to the leader. Crit Zebra dodged the light drag forward. Array and the stop. Stay on top of nothing to say. Nothing to say. He tries to model up for the right clicks are too much. They bring him down. Fly will pull him. Turns. Wide turns and runs him down.
There's a lot of damage. That's 200 damage. But yeah, Y looks pretty dead. The Lion.
Maybe Jinku can help. That's down. Combo. Shard tank. Look at that. Crit. He's going to be able to stop. He's going to be able to catch. And they just don't kill them both as well.
Ahmed, he's on fire. Like Ahmed, go. And his bottle will get refilled. Like this is like fourth time or that his bottle got refilled. They just keep going on.
It might not be done. It's already pushing back Fabian it. Still has some time left on the DD room. This is what happens when you leave it in. You don't take it out the first few bands. Arbe gets his hands on the puck and opened the game phenomenally. Of course, a big shout out to his support backup as well. You know, having his maneuvers from pretty right around the mid lane that have just enabled him as much. This is popping off. Teammate was good Fly getting caught out here by Fabian and EG from Silence and X. I'll leave no chance for Fly to dive away.
Also, I bet should start using some other voice lines other than greetings. Pretty sure he has them unlocked.
I mean, wait, no, he doesn't. Wait, okay, yeah, he's got it. He could have a few more. The jungle. He's starting to take away some of LGD's safe areas that they need for Arme. So how's Arme's progress looking? Pretty slow this game. Very slow. This is definitely one of the slowest start we've seen from Arme on the Monkey team.
He got zoned out. Very hard matchup for him playing into Tusk and Viper. Can't really do that much. Died once. Not too bad, you know, considering what he was playing against.
Top lane crit. Go for the bounty route. Silence and stop. Now stop it. Start to lead in onto White. Tough guys, that's okay, head over White. He's not going to have any chance of escaping from this as he goes down. Same time down by TCG. He's been chased by nothing to say. Take on enough view. TCG hit around the trees. But Dragon Slave does still hit him. There won't be enough damage. TCG's out.
Got it.
Arme. Fian trying to look towards Fly. Fly no longer an easy kill though. He's hit the 6. Supernova is at the ready and Arbet by his side. Joji have to be careful about any fight they take around the mid lane. It's Dream Coil, Supernova, they're ready to go.
You can see them grouping around because they have a catapult. Let's see if Albed wants to tank any tower. Nah, he just denies it. It's the mythic greetings again.
Super effective.
Tower is in danger.
Tusk actually gives Dome to Phoenix. Like he just wants his Phoenix to hit level 12, potentially faster. What a bro, yeah.
What a bro.
Arteezy so far having a really good game. Boots of travel. You know, wants to be able to connect with the rest of the team. Just potentially outnumber the opponents going into BKB. He was thinking about Falcon Blade. But since he thinks about range, has enough mana to sustain, and with Boots of travel, we're gonna be teleporting to base more often.
The smoke movement is easy. They try and connect down the bottom lane to find Arbet.
To their top tower.
Right, stop to... Maybe Arbet would just turn and go for him instead, he will. Big bomber drop down, easy close to the gap. Wise gone, now he's jump up the Hydra, they look for more. They're pushing out with the snowball, they'll pick up 2. Jink, you down as well. EG, 14-4 right now.
This is the type of game that they need to play. Like, their heroes are very good right now. They know that Arme will not be able to join any team fights. He just wants to farm them. Arme is one that's going to join. He gets the Aghanim Scepter. Potentially, you know, with the TP, they overextend. Other than that, I just want to farm.
This is really going to be one of those games where it's pretty much going to be impossible for Arme to turn up at all until he has the BKB, because in any of these fights, if the Dream Coil and then he comes to get the run down on top of him, he's pretty much useless if he can't benefit from the G.
Even if he gets a BKB, like, it's just going to be a hard game for Arme throughout pretty much the whole game against the Viper Strike. Then you have Volrus Punch, Static Link. Like, these are all abilities that most likely are going to be used on you.
Absolutely. This is very much EG coming out with what we needed to see. They knew that it's always going to be there this first round of the draft. Because Arme, they had to have a plan, and definitely a lot of pieces that do seem to be very strong counters against it, and sliding into place here for me.
PSG LGD, you know, they still have a better late game if they can just slow it down to not get overrun by EG. There's going to be this ET, you know, still does not have a point in the natural order at all. Monkey King, we've seen what he can do once he gets the items, that profit. Fabian is actually relatively farmed. I'm not a big fan, to be honest, about the Falcon Blade and the Yule Scepter. It's a lot of mana. You still have a defensive tool with the Yule Scepter. but you don't bring like any of utility to your teammates when you go for that kind of a build. And you also, like, it's still a good BKB game because you're playing it the Puck, you're playing it the Phoenix, you want to have something to kill the Supernova. Their heroes are actually not that good at killing Supernova, especially if you get the fire streaks on them.
Absolutely. Which is going to be a problem considering that EG have...
Yeah, pretty much it's just Lena, you know, with the Heart is Soul.
Like they are most part going to have to deal with that because having to play like green foils, the shards, you're not necessarily going to have the option to run away. Team fights definitely will be scary once EG start to bring it to them. Pace of the game slowing down a little bit. EG look to make the next move. Tier 1 still available in the mid lane, probably the next target. Already very low. Bring in the 5 in around mid. They got a smoke, fly does. They're ready to make a move here, EG. They know that they do need to still continue strength right now against PSG.
It's their catch. Ice with the role of Atos. Like he can initiate from a bit further away. JQ, great stuff.
See how they start things off. RTZ coming in from the side. JQ will be able to hold that to but it's not the right way to bring you through the leader. Nothing to say falls. She's starting to reset a little bit. Wait out the Wukong's command before they look to get back in on this.
They're so ready for this. Like nice positioning from Jin-Q. Q-Man, Urge Spike, they were ready. Like Dead Prophet using the exorcism straight away. It's just a trade. Lena, like she would love to not die there. Instead, let's say they trade a support or Viper would be a big W, I would say, for PSG LGD.
We did see some sort of safety at the end there from EG. Not trying to run straight back in. RTZ hasn't quite got the BKB, so rather waiting for that before they really try and push it. And just sort of leave with the trade that they get. 1 for 1. RTZ just making sure that he could finish off, nothing to say on the way out. Deciding not to commit anything else now. RTZ farming rather deep on his own up top, trying to get this BKB finished. He's going to be found by GQ and Arme. RTZ, I don't know if there's any way that he can do it. If he can, that's going to be quite something. He's up in the trees, Arme. There again, just in time before RTZ escapes. Back over the mid, Arme. Nice, looking to chase down, nothing to say. But he's certainly going to dive in for that one.
It's just so much overtime damage. Witchblade plus anything from Viper on top of Urn of Shadows. It's just like you need BKBs. You're going to need the BKBs. Ame pretty much going for his standard stuff. I'll get that Battle Fury, which will get me closer to the Aghanim Scepter, and then I'll possibly get a BKB. He can still swap things around, but I feel like he needs it. He needs to be able to jump on the targets and just deal damage.
Yeah, Ice, stepping in rather deeply. Spotted out by White. That PSG LGD far enough away.
Regeneration!
Mania just this 2k and Battle Fury done. Piece of the Monkey King is going to pick up. That kill on RTZ definitely helped. RTZ was definitely just wanted to stick around that one last wave because that would have given him the BKB. But that Death Bow gets knocked back a little bit, he'll farm it up in a much safer position, clean up his triangle. He will have the BKB ready for the next.
That shall drop for both of these teams. Most perfect item, like you're always gonna have and find the usage for it. It's definitely the best tier 2 neutral item in the game. You can see the problem that PG got is we don't have enough damage. We don't have enough tower damage. And for PSG LGD is they're struggling to initiate a fight. Like your Lion and ET, they're not really good at starting a fight. Your offlane is a Dead Prophet, and you're in a situation where you can't just group around because you don't really feel comfortable fighting right now. You would rather farm. So they're just gonna play slowly. You know, most of the time it's like either be counter-reactive to what they're doing, or try to smoke out the front to get a pick off. They need to be very careful about EG's like rotation because of us.
He's ready to fight. They do but already over the side. He's just black, nothing to say. Bring down the leader now, Arme. 3 more, lock down to Arme. Each will be able to turn and take down both floors. And TC mate works perfect. At the BKB, he's more than ready for them to jump. aggressively. PSG LGD, they fall for it.
Surprised they decided to take that move. There is still a tier 1 tower on the top lane. They can easily TP, they can outnumber them, and as you said, Razor with the BKB, he was ready. This is what I just mentioned, like this breathtaking potential coming up from the top. They have the monster drama, all of that. Just want to be able to secure it as best as possible.
No chance for contest here for PSG LGD. Maybe out. Trying to get some pressure on that bottom tier 1 tower. Yeah, half HP on the bottom tower. The other tier 1's PG really are yet to lose any sort of match or objective on their half. PSG LGD just haven't managed to get the push together yet.
This is where the difference comes from. They have taken 3 towers, they have not lost a single one, they took the Roche as well. Still, PSG LGD, you know, they are finding the farm on the map. Ame getting closer to that Aghanim Scepter.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower
all
is
the games we have seen PSG LGD get the wins, but so sometimes in the games they have dropped. It's very much been Ame, AFK farming, the battle period, the axe, and then suddenly the game just comes to an end. So at least in the one loss we did see PSG definitely playing at the sort of pace that going to try and force that situation here. Zarbed to get some right click online. Going for the death zone, help massively for that extra bit of physical burst.
Yeah, it's just they don't have enough tower damage. This is why he's itemizing this way. He went for the damage style and going into death, so spaceship attack makes a lot of sense. Top lane, Ame getting caught.
A bit of help. Viper Drive's down. I think he's going to drop the Wukong's command. Silence does come in, but he's going to take very low. The Viper Drive will just keep himself alive as now the turnaround to 35. Fabian moving over to right side. Q as well closing in as they bring down both of them and keep Ame
It's so
alive.
important that he does not die there. He could have also just tried to TP out. I think he would have enough time. Abed chasing, has a blink dagger, and it is, but the rest of the team is not there.
You have the chance to pop Fabian. Fabian very much aware that coming into play as he was advised to supports.
PSG LGD, they are happy how things are going for them right now. You know, Ame didn't die. They still don't want to take the fight before the BKBs. Lina getting close to one. Actually has enough gold soon. Dead Prophet also getting very close. So once they get those 3 BKBs up, they will be ready to fight. Even like before, I think Ame might need to be
On the side.
joining fights.
Ahmed, going to see nothing to say. Little split for the rest of his team as he's up the cliff. He's going to turn across the Luna, but Snowball comes out with Supernova out. The SGLG, they can't head up into the high ground. That distance, nothing can be done to save, nothing to say.
Nothing to say, nothing to save, huh?
Certainly isn't with him dead for 35. She can start putting some pressure on the tier 2. Size. Over the mid tower.
scanning for enemies.
They're like, we're playing for 25. We do not have enough tower damage. Just wait until Viper gets poison attack, affects buildings, then we're good to go.
Gonna take a little bit of time, but maybe that is the late game that you actually do have.
Got it.
Very careful though, Josh. Come down here. Nice, waiting at the side. Sunray as well.
He killed the
a lot of damage as Armate's gone. Right, and Ice ready for him to make that jump.
He killed the creep. Arteezy was trying to TP with the boots of travel. I'm not sure if they did not have a glyph or did not want to flop it. Glyph, Radiant team on full. Yeah, it was on cooldown. 7 seconds.
Yes, very, very costly for Armate. Let's over to the side crit. Nice wire low. The kills will give EG the space to push on in the mid lane.
Is under attack.
It's tier 2. How much more they can find whilst they do still have the Aegis on Arben. Himself just 200 gold away from the full Desolator. Timing to get the chance at pushing at the high ground.
on Lina.
Aggressive jumps Arben. Of course, that'll be straight away without the Hex and the stun coming out from Shinki, but Crit to take them away from the stun. Spot from Arbe, Arbe TP's over towards the mid, Crit backs out to the side, extra TP over from Wise, they look to close the gap, Fabian will push back Arbe. EG just fighting, KB's jump back in RTZ. With the blink, Ahmed, starting down for two of them, nothing to say. Well, they know, rules himself, Ahmed will get first at the once, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready for a second round, RTZ, nothing to say. He's even thinking about fixing it back for why. He wants to go past the tier 3s, up to the tier 4s. He really wants this one, will probably down, but RTZ keeps on diving. Blinks to the side, he's out of there. They won't be able to punish him with 3 dead on PSG LGD.
The way this fight started, you know, snowball, PSG just like, yeah, they're gonna come into our base, 2 blinks, they get out of the trouble, BKB's already popped, and then they reset. RTZ goes in, cleans them up with that this is such a actually valuable pickup on him, going for that blink dagger to be able to catch people, get out of the trouble, like just get the top of Monkey King more easy. I think that's the most important part.
Monkey King, yeah, getting on the leaner as well. Another hero that just hates having heroes just jumping right and close of her, because then suddenly she's forced to use herself, and that leaves her in a very vulnerable position. As we see here, nothing to say, buys a bit of time. As soon as he's back down, RTZ's waiting and ready to kill him off.
Good first usage of Aegis. It was about to expire, 30 seconds, and they still get the most out of it.
Ready to go, the static link. They're just setting a trap every single time.
3-man core.
The 3 of them, they're chasing over. Nice striker raid down onto Crit, super over from the high ground, forcing PSG LGD to run the charge, working around like he won behind them. He's still trying to chase off, but he's up into the high ground. Get any sort of stun landed as he comes out of the space. If they can't, he's out of there, I bet. No catch for him.
My finest creation gets out of trouble, and so far they did not manage to kill Puck, not even once. I see Eon Disc queued up. That's just gonna be a huge issue. No one buys like into Nullifier. You can dispel it with the Yule Scepter, which is okay-ish, but still you need to deal with the phase shift, you need to deal with the blink, and possibly Yule Scepter on him as well.
How do you kill this pup? We're seeing PSG really struggling to keep Arme safe, even in that situation where he was farming in his own triangle and did pretty much have the whole team behind him. They just couldn't do anything to stop blink initiation from RTZ. Blinks in, BKB static link. Arme's gonna die pretty much every time to that play.
There is no counterplay. Like, even if he pops a BKB, he's still gonna be in trouble, but a bit less. You know, Wukong's command could potentially turn things around. 12k gold lead. I'm gonna call it suddenly for EG, where like they were keeping it 2k gold lead.
Look at the graph.
Yeah, skyrocketed.
Structures are fortified.
Straight up.
Radiant
That fight.
structures are fortified.
She's ready to keep the plays going.
Under attack.
He's got his eyes on nothing to say. They're in with the jump initiation. Punches and slow enough to say we'll put the BKB, but he's already fallen too low. He'll come down off the back of this shield. Instant death there. Onto the side. Arme, look at the recon command out. High side side. Crossing in, pushing and the bike's going onto Arme. As Arme's in with the BKB, it's the other thing. Arme's gone. He'll lose to the line. 3 dead yet again on PSG LGD. Facing out time to chase down Fly. But the Fly's got back up. Quick jumps in. Over the PSG. PSG will be able to turn it to them down. He'll lose his life for him. 4 dead on PSG LGD. And Arme's not done. He's up to the high ground, chasing down wide. Cricket as well as they'll force back the EG. RTZ's in with the slow. It's a team wipe. As EG clean up every single one of them. PSG LGD all dead. 30 to 10 now. As EG's pace and momentum is just far too much for PSG LGD.
It's just
can't withstand
they
this
did not
at all.
have an answer for this spot. Crit Tusk also causing a lot of issue every single time. Like, he has this BKB piercing ability. You're never gonna feel safe playing against Tusk. I would not be surprised if PSG LGD GG's out after one next fight.
Definitely feels like it could be going that way. Again, getting infinitely harder for PSG LGD to be able to carry on the back of Arme's Monkey King, something that they felt confident in enough to open draft after draft with here on the main stage. And after this game, if EG could keep this up and get the win, they may have sort of shaken up PSG LGD enough to maybe look towards something a bit different, because EG coming in with solid answers this game.
They were so prepared for this. You can feel that they were ready, you know, kind of feels like a big bait coming up from EG. Yeah, go on, pick your Monkey King, we'll be able to counter it.
A lot of things in play that are causing issues, but definitely this RTC Razor, the final pick, the build that he's gone for, really has just sealed the deal on top of everything else. Mid lane, diving in onto nothing to say again, after popping the PKB and running, they do turn, get the hex, the light tracker rate on Armin, the EO disc is good to go, Armin will walk the jump out the side, Armin trying to get in on this, here's RT, swings round, BKB is statically down for the Monkey King, Armin has got nothing that he can do here, as Armin's down yet again, Armin driving down the rest of them, jumping around over on GQ and wide, Christian with the punches onto the outer side, and wide goes down, GQ whipping himself out of the game, as RTC, he'll help with his whip as well. More dead once more, it really does feel like there's just nothing to be done, and there isn't. GG is called.
Yeah, I've seen LGD when they're losing the games, they tend to GG out a bit earlier. You know, they feel they do not want to be in this anymore. They do not want this to